This is MacVoices TV. MacVoices TV is brought to you by St. Clair Software, the makers of Default Folder and History Hound. Visit them at stclairsoft.com. Welcome back to MacVoices TV at Macworld Conference and Expo. I'm Chuck Joyner, and I'm in the North Hall of Moscone in the BusyMac booth talking to John Chaffee of BusyMac. John, welcome back to MacVoices.
Thanks, Chuck. Good to see you again.
Hey, it's good to see you. I know BusyMac has had a really great year providing some essential calendaring solutions for folks, solving some problems that we all had, and we talked about that last year. You've also done some introductions at the show, though, this time.
That's right. Macworld only comes once a year, so we wanted to show what we're working on. Won't be available till later this spring. But what we've done is we've taken the capability in BusySync, which is the ability to sync calendars, iCal calendars over your LAN and with Google Calendar, and we've taken that functionality and built it into our own calendar application. It's actually a replacement for iCal, but it has all that syncing and sharing capability built in.
John, it's funny, I talked to a number of people, and there's a bit of frustration with iCal that it hasn't developed a little bit farther. So there's a number of people working on things like this. You obviously come with a great deal of credibility because you were accomplishing things in sync that no one else was. What are you bringing to the table with BusyCal?
Well, two things, really. I mean, there's some nice eye candy which I can show you that will make a more enjoyable experience, but also by combining the syncing engine with the calendar itself, we're able to bring a lot of the complexity out of the product and bring things into the foreground so that if there's a problem, you can see what the problem is, or we can prevent problems from happening. I mean, one of our biggest frustrations right now is with iCal, which we can't control. Now we can control the situation.
So you're becoming like Apple, you just want to control everything?
That's right.
Can you show us a little bit about what the new BusyCal will offer?
Okay. So this is the BusyCal interface. It has an interface very similar to iCal. We have a source list. The big difference is that our source list is showing other BusyCal and BusySync users on my network who are sharing their calendars. So I can see right here that Dave's MacBook Pro down there is sharing a couple of calendars, and he's actually running BusySync. So we're compatible with BusySync users as well as BusyCal users. And this computer over here, which is Lonnie's computer, is publishing a calendar. And if I want to subscribe to it, I just check on it. It's very straightforward, just like you would expect. So as far as the new features we're adding to the calendar, other than the syncing and sharing, you'll notice that we have some live weather feeds coming in from AccuWeather for my zip code, as well as the moon phases. You can have desktop backgrounds that you specify, and you can you can drag images in whatever you want and set the transparency. You can see I can have a different background image for every month. If you're a stodgy type, you can have a month that looks like that. I'm going to go ahead and create a new event here. I'm going to call it, I'll put it on my Fred calendar, and we'll say Chuck was here. Now this event will instantly sync over to this computer, which is running BusyCal. So you can see there's Chuck was here. He's got a different color specified for that calendar. If he moves it over to the 23rd, you're going to see it pop over to the 23rd on this machine in a few moments, theoretically. There we go. And it's also syncing with those computers down there that are running iCal with BusySync. So we maintain the compatibility with iCal and sync services, which means anything you put into BusyCal will go to iCal, it'll go to your iPhone, and to MobileMe, and everywhere else that syncs with sync services. So you don't lose any of that functionality.
You beat me to the question, so I don't lose any of my ability to sync with other iCal users or public iCals or anything like that. It's just now I have another layer with BusyCal.
That's right, and you can also get the features of BusyCal, which I haven't shown some of the unique things. For example, if I go in here to this Chuck Was Here event, and I want to make that, an 18-point Chuck Was Here font like so, it's going to show up that way over here on BusyCal. But if we look over here on iCal, it just shows up as plain text because they don't support the rich text. Likewise, if I have graphics, so I can actually attach, I can have a free-floating graphics that appear in the day, or I could attach a graphic to Chuck. So let's see, are you a cat person or you're an elephant person? So we're going to attach that to you. So that now travels around in the header. I can move that over here, and you'll see it's updated on this machine. And Chuck Was Here is over on this machine, but there's no graphic again because iCal doesn't support that, but we still maintain compatibility with the things that it does support.
Now, I know you categorized this when we started out as eye candy, and there's something to be said for eye candy, but it's also very visual. It allows me to find things a lot easier, especially major events, major reminders, that kind of thing. So I think it's a great addition, and it doesn't look like it's overused or obnoxious.
Well, we kind of overdid it here at the show, but you have control of that, right? And it's also, each user gets to decide for themselves. One of my concerns was when my daughter starts using this, there's going to be all kinds of pink stars and glitter and all kinds of stuff, and I need to have an option to turn off her graphics, and so I'll have that option when I subscribe to her calendar.
Real world feedback.
There are a couple productivity things I'd like to show you.
Please. Before we leave the graphics, if I may, the graphics can be imported?
Yeah, you can bring any graphics. So for example, let's say you had won the Macworld Eddie Award. You could just drag that into your calendar. Whoops, I dragged that to an event. I'll just drag it here. That's now a free floating graphic. I can move it around wherever I want. I can resize it and so forth. So you can do whatever you want there.
Yeah, again, very useful if even in a corporate environment to make things easier to find. So, what about productivity?
Okay, so for productivity, we have some added support for to-dos. I'm going to create a new to-do on, let me go ahead and put it on my Fred calendar again. Let's say you have a report due on the 21st. Let me see if I can type, report due. So the to-dos show up in the calendar date that they're due, whereas with iCal you would see it in the sidebar, okay? If the to-do is dragged into the past, it's moved forward to today, and it will auto-forward each day until you get it completed. Okay. You can also have recurring to-dos. So if you have a report due every Monday, you can just set it up once and it repeats every Monday. And we also have a list view where you can see all of your information in a list format. You can you can type in here to do your descriptions. It also supports graphics and so forth. So we'll put a little Santa Claus in there. And you can create custom views. So I just want to see to-dos in this view, or just items that are due today, or whatever the case might be. You can customize that flow. And also, my favorite feature is sticky notes. So I can tell my wife, if we're out of beer, I can put that on the sticky note, and over here on her computer, she'll get the updated shopping list.
This solves so many of the things that I've been experiencing with iCal, the deficiencies, little things that just bother you. They don't make it unusable, they just bother you. And it looks like you're backfilling almost all of those automatically.
Well, thank you. We're very excited about it. Can't wait to get it out.
Now that is something. It's not out now. It'll be out, you say, in the spring?
In the spring. You can go to our website and sign up for the public beta. It should be available in a couple months.
Great. BusySync, I know you've also done a few things in the past year with BusySync as well. Adding some features, I think. Am I right about that?
Last year at the show, we were announcing Google Calendar support. It also wasn't available, and it shipped about 2 months later. So that's been out there, and since then we've made incremental updates to the product. Anytime we discover something that's not working right or something we could do a little bit better, we push an update out. And we've done that, and but it's been pretty quiet lately because we've really been focusing on BusyCal.
I can understand why. What will this sell for when it does go live?
Okay. BusySync today is $25 per computer. BusyCal will be $40 per computer. It's an optional upgrade. You don't have to get it. If you are a current BusySync registered user, you can upgrade for only $10.
Wow, good deal. Great. John, it's always interesting. You all just produce great software.
Thanks a lot, Chuck.
Well, I hope we don't have to wait again a year to talk to you, but I know I'll be talking to you in the spring when this comes out.
Sounds good. See you then.
Thanks a lot. Good to see you. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices TV at Macworld Conference and Expo. Look for more soon. Thanks for watching. MacVoices TV is brought to you by St. Clair Software, the makers of Default Folder and History Hound. Visit them at stclairsoft.com. MacVoices TV is part of the MacVoices Group and a member of Mac Level 10.